Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. Today I'm going to embark on another custom Swiss Army knife project, and that's with this Victorinox camper. In a previous video, I shared why I think the camper is an excellent choice for pocket carry for camping. If you like, do check out that video in the link in the card above or the description below. The only thing about this particular knife I would say is the scales. These are beautiful Celador scales, and if you bring it out camping, it will get all scruffed up and scratched up. And that is why I thought a set of custom scales for the outdoors is better suited. And that's why I have these OD green micarta scale blanks. It is by a company called Taschenmesser. Well, it's German and I don't speak German, and that's why he's mad at me because I can't pronounce his name. But we will be checking out these scales. There's a bit of DIY work to be done on this, and then we'll try to swap these scales out and see the end results. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. Thanks. Let's have a look at what's inside. So you get this package. I actually ordered this off of Etsy, where Taschenmesser has a Etsy store, so you can buy this. Now there's several variations. I got the OD green micarta. I thought that looks cool, and I know that when it's oiled up, it's going to have a really nice rich look as well. These are blank in the sense that there's no insignia on the micarta scales. You can get one where there is a cross. Not the Victorinox logo, that's a copyrighted image, but you get a cross if you like that. But I decided to get the plain. So here we have, let's have a look at what's here. It's basically very nicely milled out. It is rough around here. Now you can buy the unfinished version or the finished version. Since I'm cheap, I bought the unfinished version so that I can do a bit of the finishing work myself. Feels good, feels nice, but yes, unfinished, you will have to sand that up in just a bit. And let's see what else is inside. This is actually the very first time I've opened this. It's kind of an unboxing as well. You get a sticker, he's still mad at me. A business card. So if you like, you can pause this video and scan that QR code. And it provides you some sandpaper. And this is 400 grit, which is, I mean, it's quite rough, but the whole idea is you're supposed to sand this up to smoothen it out. I'll probably use this 400 grit and maybe go up a bit to 600 or 800 to finish it off. And here you have kind of a certification card. All right, so that's all good. Now the price of these scales are just over $25 US excluding shipping. So I think it's a fair price. If you want the finished ones, I think they're above $30 US. So I'm going to bring this outside to go ahead and sand it up. Then I'm going to take some linseed oil to oil it up, clean it up, let it dry, let it soak, and we'll see the finishing results, and then we're going to swap these scales out. Here are the finished scales. Wow, that looks good. Really like that luscious look of this OD green micarta. If you prefer the unfinished raw look, I understand as well, but I think this just looks nice, and over time if it scruffs up a bit, that's fine. Can we sand it down and oil it again? But I'm really happy with that, and I personally like the smell of linseed oil. I know it's not for everyone, but personally I do like that smell. So I kept this out in the sun for the whole afternoon, so it's nice and soaked in and dried up. So what I'm going to do now is to take the scales off this camper paper, put them on and finish up the customization. And there we have the scales popped off. Let's remove some of those shavings. All right, everything looks clean, and let's see how the fit is. So that goes here. So it's a tight fit. I can see I'm going to need to clamp this or to mallet it down, because it is going to be a tight fit. I have to force it in. I can't just press that in. Let's just try this side first. Yep, same thing. So I think it's deliberately done a bit smaller, so I have to kind of pound this in. I'm going to do this off camera because I need to be on a really solid surface. So I've successfully put on the handle scales onto the knife. What I did was to take a towel, wrap it around, and take a rubber mallet, knock it in place, and it's really on there, really nice. I'm really happy with that fit and finish. Now, one thing I should mention is about the slots for the scale tools. Now, I should have checked it before I put on the scale tools. So what I wanted to do was to take this tortoise firefly ferro rod and put it into the toothpick slot was designed to go in. Now, this is a third-party product. It is a mini ferro rod which fits into the slot. But as you can see, it can't go in. Obviously, it's not cut properly or not shaved properly on the inside, but I didn't check those grooves or slots before I put on the scales, and I do not want to try to take it out now. I think I might damage it. I don't want to risk it, basically. So even with the regular toothpick, I had to shave it off just a bit. You can see that it's not really straight because I had to take a knife, shave it off so that this can go in nicely but still get, caught in place. So if you do buy these micarta scales, before you put them onto the knife, do check those slots and make sure the scale tools actually fit in well. So I'm not going to use the ferro rod from Tortoise. Instead, what I'm going to do is use this set here. Now this, or actually Tortoise does make a version of this. Victorinox also makes a version of this. And this is a ferro rod and tinder combination. That's right, this is a tiny ferro rod, but it fits in the corkscrew area here. So you would put this, which is the tinder, put that in, and you would follow that up with this. It just screws in a bit, just like the micro driver. That's the concept. So this will be my fire starting capabilities. So I'm not going to put it in right now because I do want to actually keep the tweezers. But I want to do a modification, and I'm going to credit the person I saw do the modification. It's Jeffrey Lipman. I'm going to put his link in the card above and the description below. And what he did was to modify this pair of tweezers so that's more suited for outdoor use, to take out bee stings and ticks, because this is not ideal for that. You need to put kind of a really fine point and a bit of a curved point here, a curved fine point. I guess that's the best way to describe it. And I need a rotary tool to do that, or a Dremel if you have it, with this kind of a grinding head to create that shape. And then later I will sand it off as well. So I'm going to do that to create that modified tweezers first, and then we'll put the rest of the camper together. And here we have the modified tweezers. I think it turned out really well. You can see a really nice sharp point, and this becomes much more efficient to take out stings and ticks and things like that. Really sharp. So after using the grinding stone, I did sand it down a bit to smoothen it out, and then I used some fine grade sandpaper to really just clean up all those micro burrs, and even took out some of the markings made by the pliers. But I'm really happy with that. Really nice. And this is how you can modify your Victorinox tweezers, and then you can slip that in Let's make sure that, and that of course goes in perfectly. And then, as mentioned, I have these tinder parts. So that's the tinder and that's the mini ferro rod, which goes in. Make sure this goes in, gets really nice, and that fits in just like that. Now, to complete this, I'm going to make a small lanyard from this fire cord. So it's like paracord, but there's extra strands inside for survival, such as a tinder cord, as well as some fishing line and nylon string as well. So just very convenient, and I guess a nice add-on to a kind of a camping Swiss Army knife. So I won't bore you in putting this together, so let me just go do that off screen and I'll show you the completed product after. And here we have the finished custom knife. I've put a snake knot for the lanyard using that fire cord. That orange just matches that very nicely, contrasting with the OD green micarta scales. I think this looks really nice and really looks like something that I could bring on with camping. And I'm going to bring this out for bushcraft. I'm going to pair it with my parang and a fixed blade. I'm going to carry this and see how it works out in the field. So normally I use the 111mm Swiss Army knife, but I'm thinking maybe this as a pocket knife would work very well with the different features, such as of course the basic knives, the saw, of course very important, and then I'm not sure if I'll get to use my tweezers, but it's there if I want it, and I'm definitely going to try to start a fire with this and test out that gear over there. And I hope you enjoyed this look at putting together this custom micarta Swiss Army knife camper. Now, if you have done something similar, do let me know. If not, I hope you've seen some fresh ideas over here. If you've got any suggestions to improve this, do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.